And hello everyone, welcome back to a new video. So here I have a basic form called rich_u, and it has a button called btn click me and a rich edit which is called red display. So we'll be checking out a few things you can do with a rich edit, which is pretty nice. So let's first start with the basic, what we always use. So first we have, of course, our red display.lines.add, and basically we can just add something here. So hello world, and we run this. Now the difference between a rich edit and a memo is a memo cannot be formatted. With a rich edit, click the button, it displays hello world. Well, with a rich edit, you can change the text color, you can format the text to look better, you can do a bunch of nice things with it. So it is better than a memo in a lot of ways, so that's why you'd rather use this. But that is just how to display something. I think we all already know that. Then we have our reddisplay.lines.clear, or reddisplay.clear. Both of these do the same thing. They clear the text from the screen, or from the rich edit. So let's run this, and then if we add some code here, like this, or some text here, and we just do that, if you click the button, it clears it. In this case, it clears it 2 times. We can disable either one of them, and it will do the same thing. But yeah, so that's how you clear it. That's pretty basic still. Then here is something that we also know about. So readout or reddisplay dot lines dot load from file. So this reads from a file, and you got to choose the file name. So in this case, our file name would be something.txt ac, and then we can go here and we can just, inside of quotation marks, put it there. I have to move the file, copy that file, the text file, and just paste it inside of the debug folder. And also, if you want to know what's inside of the file, here you go. Hello dear partner, my name is Netsu, but you can call me lukewarm dude 69. Thanks. So now if we run it, click the button, hello dear partner, and it just prints everything like that straight out of the file. So you don't have to open a file and then write line by line. You can just say this and it will read everything and put it there. Then you can also save to a file. So we say read outputs.lines.save to file, and we can just put the file in here that we want to save. So Control V, something.txt. Now if we just Control D and Control S, maybe, yes, allow. And if we run this, so we click the button, I didn't do anything like that. Let's just add some random text here. We click the button, then if we open up something.txt, wait, is this a new one? Did I accidentally spell that one? Something. Okay, but anyways, here you go, and you have a bunch of weird text. This is a bunch of, if you're going to load it back into it, this is like styling and stuff like that, as you can see, that uses dharma and stuff like that. And then this is the text that's actually inside of it. And then, yeah, so this is basically just a way of formatting it. Because if we're going to open it up again inside of a rich edit, then the formatting should stay the same. So let's say the text was big and red. Then right here, it should say the text was big and red. And then here it should display the text. In this case, we didn't do any formatting, so that's not going to change. And then we have one that you probably won't use that much, but it is useful to know about. We can just go reddisplay.lines.print. Now basically, or not .lines, just .print. Now basically, it will use your default printer and it will print the text. So I don't know if it will actually print. I don't have a printer, so I can't actually check it, but it's a nice thing to know. So we can just go name of print. I don't really know what to call that. But anyway, so if you run this, so I don't have a printer, so it will just save it as a .pdf if I'm not mistaken. So let's go here and say hello world, how are And if we say click me, then it will ask me how do you want to save it. So then I'm just going to be like default dot, no, I don't need to say dot anything. I can just say save. It takes a while, as you can see. One document is pending for Steven. It's probably trying to print it, but it can't print it. So what it does instead is it goes here to documents and it just puts it there. It doesn't actually print it. So I get a printer, this will actually do something. But if you don't, then it will just basically store whatever you said into a PDF. Hello world, how are you? So yeah, we can now like change a few things like designs and stuff like that. Now that we've gotten the printing out of the way. So let's first go read display dot font dot size, and this will just change the font size to whatever you want. So let's make it something like 30, for example. Now of course, if you want to know what you can change and stuff, you can always go here and click on the rich edit and search through here. So let's say font, there's font, and then here is size. The size is currently 8. So you can just like go check here what you can change everything. It's just like normal changing things. So then here we can maybe just actually decrease this to 20. So we can actually add a few more things. So then you can go read out dot font dot color, and let's say we want the color to be RGB. Let's use a few extra things, and let's say it is RGB 255255. So it's going to be red and green and no blue at all. So what happens if you mix red and green? I have no idea, but we'll see. Then you can go read display dot font dot style. Now you can like change the style to something you'd like. For example, FS bold and FS italic. Maybe if you want, you can go FS and underline as well. There's a bunch of things here you can choose from. Let's just add things there. Let's add some text. So read display dot lines dot add, and we can just add some text that says hello there, hashtag 13, I am cool. Okay, now if we run this, click the button, hello there, I am cool. So mixing red and green gives you yellow. And as you can see, it is bold, it is big text, there's underlining, and that's basically everything we did here. So yeah. So next up, we have we can change like the font itself, so it has it looks better. We may decrease the size to something such as 15 maybe, or 10 or 12. And maybe change the color back to normal, and then we can go read out dot font dot name. So this will change the font type. So we can just go something like Comic Sans MS, and of course you can just go to the font if you want, and you can go here to name, which in this case is Tahoma, and you can like change it to whatever you want here. I chose Comic Sans MS, and if you search for it, it would be right here, Comic Sans MS. So then if we run this, if you click the button, now as you can see, it looks more comedic. It doesn't look as it did last time. Okay, so next up, we can like change how the paragraph and stuff looks, which is something that you'll use quite a lot. So here we can go read display dot paragraph dot alignment, and we can like set it to something such as TA center. Then if we run this, click the button, as you can see, it centers the text. Then you can also like justify it left or right. So let's justify it right. TA right justify. And if we run that, click the button, as you can see now it's at the right side of the RichEdit. So yeah, You can play around with that if you want. And then you have, then you can also number the lines if you wanted to do that. So redisplay dot paragraph dot numbering, and we can say something such ns becomes ns, and then we can like say bullet, and we can just do that. And now if we run it, click the button, as you can see it numbers all of the lines. So yeah, not a numbering specifically, but it gives it a nice. And then we can also add tab stops. So we can go here and we can say dot tab count, and let's say it is something such as 3. Now basically what tabbing is it's like this, you see this right here. Now when we align everything, as you can see, it indents, it tabs itself, so they're aligned with each other. Now what it means in Delphi is, let's say, as you can see, there's like a tab between these two. And then on the next line, we can just get to the next line, is like some text that is related to the top tab. And then on the other side, there is like more text, which is related to the other side. So let's actually remove this and press Ctrl D. And right here, we can say something such as name, and then #9 because we need to tab it, and then age. And then we can just Ctrl C, V, and we can change this like 29, 13, 90, and 56. And here we can change this to Lucas, Luca, Lucia, Leo. And then before we do that, what we do have to do then is we have to say where it's, or we can actually just do this as well. We have to say where the tabbing happens and stuff like that. Now with this, you can mostly play around with it because it's quite difficult to understand. But it just basically sets the position of the tab. So you can go like read display dot paragraph dot tab, and then at index 0, because that's where it starts, you can do something like 0, and then we can go CBB, and then at index 1 we can do something like 100. Now if we run this, click the button, as you can see there's name and then 100 as the tab, and then age. You can also change this so it's something like 10 instead, which makes it a lot smaller. Now if we click the button, as you can see there's a much smaller space here. And of course you can increase the amount of tabs there are, so you can just like increase it to like 5 or something, and B. And then you can change a bunch of values for the RichEdit, which it will only be changed by the next line. So let's go read display dot cell attribute dot size, and let's say it is something such as 30, for example. Now if we run this, click the button, and it basically just changes the size. And we can also do that. Click the button, and now if we type something, it will be quite large. So yeah, this is mostly actually just to change it for the next line to be added for a RichEdit. So we can also do something like this to help me show you what I mean. And CBB, and you can make this like 22, and then make this something like 15, make it a bit smaller, then run this. Click the button, and as you can see, it only does it for the first line. That's next. So there might be maybe 2 lines added afterwards, but it's only the values or the attributes that get set for the next line after this. So yeah, you can use that. And you can also use things such as the coloring and the styling and stuff like that. So just like read display dot cell attributes, and then you can just like go dot and look at everything you can do. Basically everything you did before, such as the style, which is bold or not bold, or the color, such as color, and or even the name, such as the name, it can be changed by using this, but they will only change the next line. But the one after that will go back to its original state. So yeah, that's all I wanted to do today in terms of RichEdit. So thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and see you all in the next.